Hi there, welcome back. I just want to talk to you about the Dyson Airwrap and show you it in action because basically I was really interested in it. When I went away with Fleur to Spain with Clinique, I tried Fleur's one, Fleur de Force, and I really liked it. She showed me how to use it, and I've been watching some videos and I thought people potentially aren't using it right because it takes a while to get to grips with the new tool, and also you can't just use it straight out of the box without practice and get it right the first time. So I had almost like a live YouTube tutorial with Fleur because she'd been playing with it, and I absolutely love it, so I went and bought one. I had been invited to the Dyson event, but I couldn't go because I was at an event with Elizabeth Arden, and I sent a couple of emails saying, but I'd love to find out more about it, and they didn't reply, so I just gone ahead and got my own and worked it out with Fleur. Thank God for Fleur, basically, because otherwise I don't think I'd have bought it based on lots of other reviews that I've seen. I think the main thing about it is for curling. So this is the box it comes in, clonk, big thing like that. I bought the complete set, so it's got a mini dryer, this, which is pretty, I think that's quite good because people pay quite a lot of money for the Dyson dryer on its own. It's not as powerful, but it is good, and I've tried that and like it. It's also got a couple of brushes like this, which I'm completely not interested in, so I'm not going to show you those because it's just not for me. And this brush, again, I don't ever do a blow dry on my hair, so I'm not bothered with that, although I have seen some quite good results with that, so you will find those in other videos. But for me, the main excitement is these bits, which are the curly bits. Basically they're called the barrel, the Airwrap barrel. Bigger one, a smaller one. I use the smaller one, and you get two of each because they go in different directions. I think you can probably see the arrow. That one goes that way, this one goes that way, so depending on the way you turn them. And I'm just going to show you how I use them and how Fleur taught me to use them. So here you go. So you need wet hair, which is key, and I've got some product in there. So I've got Redken's pillow spray in, and then I'm going to section it up because that is how I do my hair. So let's get the top bit up. When I have my hair cut to this length, or well, shorter because it's grown, Zoe Irwin, who cut my hair, told me that to always curl the lower section forward. So I'm going to do that, and this basically is this. It's quite big, but it's fine. It's not that heavy, I don't think, so that's okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this one on. It literally just sits in, and you don't have to lock it because you just unlock it when it's off, basically. And this one curls hair backwards, so I'm going to do it this side and curl everything forwards, and then I'm going to change over. So here we go. Right, so basically there are 3 settings, so speed settings. I'm going to put it on the fastest, and then there's a hot, a medium and a cold on this side, so I'm putting it on the hot, so basically top of the top, because that is my style with everything. Max it out. I'm going to start off with quite a small section, work it around. You basically dangle the piece of hair, you hold it in the middle, let the ends dangle, and it just wraps it round. And then you wait till it dries. What I do is turn it onto the cold setting, so that's that button here. Because you can do a cold shot, but I think that you might get fed up holding it. And that feels something starting to cool down. You turn it off and let it out, and there's a little curl. So I'm just going to do everything forward on this side, basically. So I'll show you again. Put it on cold. Oh, no, that's the heat. Cold. turn it off and let it out. I mean, it's pretty good. So then I'm just going to work back on this side and just curl everything forward underneath. Sorry, that's just a styling tip. So obviously you don't have to curl it forward if that's not what you would normally do. But I'm just like replacing my tong with this and having the luxury of being able to do it from wet. Put it back to hot before I start. I'm not going to lie, because my hair's shorter, it's harder to get to with this, but I think I'm going to get better at it as I do more and more work with it. Right, so I'm going to take this off. You just literally pull the lock down, take it off, and then pop this one on for this side because I'm still curling forwards all in the same direction. I don't actually know why. It's a tip I had from Zoe Irwin, and I just do what she says. I didn't ask how it makes it better, but I like it. So here we go, curling forwards again. I find that cold little blast at the end is quite helpful for getting it setted, for getting it set. So because of the length of my hair, that undersection is 100% the hardest bit, so I'm really glad that's over. I find that though even with a tong, because it's just a bit shorter and harder to get to and more work basically. So that's that done, we can just ignore that now. This is where things change slightly for me, because that undersection all goes in the same direction, but I don't like to curl my hair all one way, especially, I mean, going backwards, I find it sort of joins too much. I like one curl that way, one curl that way, so always the front curl's going backwards. So there's a bit of an issue with this, because it would mean if you were going to style one side, you'd have to change the barrel each section. But I found a little hack to that, which I'm pretty impressed with. So I'm just going to take the next section down. Get rid of that hair at the back. So I'm going to do it in fairly smallish sections because I'm still a bit of a beginner. Okay, let's whip that bit back up. So what I want is, I'm going to swap over because I want to start on the front piece this side and I want to curl the front piece backwards, but then I'm literally going to alternate it and I'll show you how. But let me just start by curling this front bit forward, and you'll see how this higher up section is so much easier to work with. So it really is just the pain of getting through the lower section for me. I'm curling backwards now. Hold. Take it off. Quite find that if you drag it off like that, it stays kind of more upwards, more bouncy. Right, so now this section I want to come forward. So instead of changing the barrel, because that would be such a pain in the arse every single time, I'm just going to change the direction of the wand and face it downwards. And that actually means that you can get 2 directions out of one wand. You have to be careful with the other bit of hair though. There you go, and then go back to the normal direction. I mean, if you don't want to do that, you can just change the barrel. I mean, it's easy. But personally, I'm just a bit, I just can't see myself doing that every time. So that's that side. It's so much easier if you take down smaller sections because you can see what you're working with. Then I'm just going to flip it over to get it to curl forwards, although of course you can just change the barrel, but can't be bothered, although I can't decide whether I can be bothered or not sometimes. The only thing is with doing it upside down is that I lose like where I am with the control. I also feel like you just get better at it as you go on. So imagine if you'd like had it for a few months and you were just using it. Okay, that's that. I'm feeling like this side is better than this side, but hey, we can even that all up. There's still quite a lot of hair to do. I mean, it is taking me quite a long time because I would normally just blast my hair and then tong it. So, but I feel like this, I mean, I did my hair like this beginning of the week, and although the curls kind of softened, I still had lovely volume and bounce, like even like 4 days later, which I was pretty impressed with, to be honest. Right, bring down another section. Just going to bring down small bits because otherwise it's too confusing. Kind of like to hold it just to keep that shape in it for longer. Keep turning it off again, putting it on cold. Annoying. Practice makes perfect. I'm getting better. Okay. Quick spray on that section. I mean, if you're going to spend all this time, you want it to last. Okay, I'm going to take down this bit. And leave everything else. I don't want the wet sections laying on the dry sections. So just one side at a time now. I'm going to change the barrel because I fancy it. I mean, it's a bit random the way I'm doing this, but you know, you have to make it work the way you want to. But I think the key things are the way that you get the hair to attach onto the thing, which is holding it in the middle of the length and letting the end dangle round. So And I basically leave the heat on until it gets too hot and I can't deal with it anymore, and then I put it on, set it to cold. So that's how I like work out that when it's ready. Don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it's working for me so far. I mean, call me a nerd, but I do find it really enjoyable. Right, I'm just going to spray this tiny bit, and then I'm going to go in onto the last section, which is basically smaller on this side. Got quite a lot of hair, so it is taking me a long time. If your hair was a bit finer, it would be a lot easier. Okay, so that is it. I really like this. I think it's quite hard work if you want to put your curls in opposite directions, but I think again that's something that I'll get used to. I love the bounce it gives to my hair. I'm just letting it cool, so I'm not going to like comb it out yet. I love the shine it gives to my hair. I love how soft and silky my hair feels. I think I'm only literally going to use one of these because I can't bother to keep changing it. At most, I'll use these two, but I won't use the bigger barrels. I'll probably use this every now and then, so I'm happy to have that. Because I'm so addicted to curly, wavy hair, I don't think I'll use these. So the complete set is not getting... I'm not getting the full value out of it, but I'm sure that there are people that would. For me, it's all about the small barrels, which I love. So I wonder if it'd be worth maybe the Dyson just doing it with the barrels. This complete set cost me 450 quid, which is a shed load of money, and it's too expensive basically, I think. But if you were someone that had blow dries every week, you could probably do your own blow dry better with this, because it's with less cost, and then it would be, you know, kind of more affordable way of looking at things. So I'm just gonna like shake it out a bit, not too much, and I absolutely love this. The other thing you can't have is straight ends like you can with some tongs when you just want those more edgy looking straight ends. This is all about quite a bouncy glam look, I think. Or you could get your straighteners out and straighten the ends, but then the whole thing is supposed to be like a complete tool. Personally, I love it. The volume and shape stays for days. The curls do drop out, but I still had a lovely bend in my hair like maybe 4 days later when I used this last week. So I love that. I'm really happy I've got it. Is it necessary? No. Can you live without it? Yes. But if you've got enough money to not notice 450 quid going, I mean, I bought it for work, so that's how I'm justifying it. But if it was just me, I don't know if I could, really. It's one of those tricky ones, but I actually love it. I'm so happy that I've got it. If I didn't have a hairdryer, I'd be happy with this mini one that comes with it. So yeah, maybe that makes it a lot better value for money. I wish it didn't come in this yucky poo brown box, because it doesn't appeal to me. But again, some people may like that. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you found, oh, I just saw a straight bit. Never mind. I hope you found that useful. Let me know if you've got any questions. Waffle, 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 and I'll see you next time. Bye.